a few people get to experience 10 years in the industry, and how lucky are we that we get to witness your 10 years
Thank
in
you.
the industry. But also as part of your career, you're part of Star Music as well. So how does it feel to be part of the Star Music family, and what does that mean for your music?
Yeah, I've done so many collaborations with Star Music before. I officially became part of the family, and ayun nga po, I'm just so happy kasi right now I'm releasing so many songs that I've personally written, and all our ideas for both the promo and the production, very collaborative with the whole team. So, ayun po, I'm just really happy to be part of the Star Music family. And grabe yung support nila dito, lalo na sa D10, like hindi ko po talaga in-expect. So, maraming salamat to Star Music. And yun nga po, I'm just looking forward to all the projects we have together in the future as well. Ayun.
All of us then, we're very excited din sa mga future projects mo.
Yeah,
But the most recent one, of course, being the concert, which is D10 happening on June 1st. And we've been talking a lot, no, guys, about yung concert na to. And I'm sure yung mga media friends natin, very curious na sa mga pasabog mo, mga preparations mo for the concert. So now we are going to do our Q&A with our media friends. So we have a list of pre-submitted questions here
Wow.
with me. And I will call you on and you can ask your question to Darren himself. Yes, may mic naman kami na ibibigay sa inyo. So ready ka na ba, Darren?
Yes, ready.
Oh, ready kayo ba, guys? Ready na ba kayo?
Ready na sila. Busog na sila eh.
Oo, true. Masarap na ng kain nila. Okay, so our first question is coming from Joem Madrazo from Fitness Lifestyle Davao Digital Creators. So Joem, are you here? Nandito po ba si Joem? If not, I will ask the question for Joem.
Wala daw.
Ay, wala daw.
Okay.
Eh, di ako na lang.
Okay.
Okay, so the first question coming from Joem is, how many hours a day or how many times in a week do you prepare for the concert, and how do you keep yourself healthy? Wow.
Very good question. Ako mismo hindi ko alam kung paano sagutin yan eh. But I feel like, through the grace of God, hindi naman ako nagkakasakit recently. Maraming salamat po. Awa ng Diyos. Kasi ang dami talagang nangyayaring ganap sa buhay ko aside from the concert preparations. So, maintaining my health really is one of my number one priorities right now. But we also started doing the dance rehearsals for my concert last month po, before I started other things like yung mga, ito na nga, nag-fly pa ako to Germany and stuff like that. Just so that I have a gist of what I'm gonna be doing na sa concert. Ipapolish na lang later on. So, it's really a balance of finding time for yourself and then finding time to rehearse. And then other things, nagkakagulo-gulo na sa schedule, but it's really just priorities, you know? So, kahit na kailangan kong gumising ng maaga, I make it a point to go to the gym. It's not just for, you know, physical fitness for the aesthetic. It's really for my overall health, yung stamina ko sa concert, to be able to prolong dance numbers and stuff like that. So, ayun, those are some of the preparations I'm doing for my concert. Also, I'm gonna start vocal rehearsals and band rehearsals and vocal coaching soon. So it's stuff that we're all very much excited for. Yeah.
Oh, grabe yung waking up super early to go to the gym.
Kasi, kunwari, if it's before showtime, I have to be showtime. Dati, 10:30 yung call time kasi 11 yung live yun. So, I have to wake up at 7 or 8, mga ganun, para tumakbo, mag-lift, or whatever. So, ayun.
That's that early 20s energy, no? Grabe.
Kasi after showtime, yung iba, like the Daranatics, nagugulat sila, may ganap pa ako after showtime. My day doesn't end after showtime eh. At saka, at least minsan, if may free time after showtime, I can do whatever I want na. Kasi the gym, it's out of the way.
Tapos na.
That's how I started my day na.
Tama. That's a good way to start the day, though.
Yes.
Okay. Next, the question coming from Mommy Joe of JoeOneSoul.net. Is Mommy Joe here?
Hello po.
There. So we have our mic, or should I give my mic? Okay, my mic na lang. Ayan.
Thank you, DJ Sam.
Of course, very hardworking tayo.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ Sam. Congratulations, Darren, on your 10 years.
Thank you po, salamat po.
Oh, we're so excited for you.
Thank you po.
Siguro my question is, in the 10 years, do you think you have achieved your goal in your music career already o meron pa? At saka, are there some more up your sleeves that you're hiding that you're going to unveil in this concert? We're excited to see kung meron kang surprise.
Salamat po. Of course, there's a lot of surprises for this concert, not just in terms of the music po, but also the production, the stage design, the prods. Very exciting po. But for me, of course, there's so many things that I've already achieved in terms of my personal goals in my career in the past 10 years. Siyempre po, nung 12 years old ako, nung pumunta dito for The Voice Kids, pangarap ko lang naman maisa lang sa blind auditions, tsaka maisa lang sa ASAP natin to. So those are some of the goals and dreams that I have already achieved in the past 10 years. Ayun po, to stage my own major solo concerts, to release albums and all that. To be part of yung mga ito pong mga acting, movies and also series and stuff like that. So those are some of the things that I have achieved from my bucket list po. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more. Siguro for me, I want to release music internationally pa, like to be on the global stage din po. Hopefully soon din. So those are some things that I want to achieve pa in my career as well. And also in terms of my personal life, siguro to be able to continue my studies kapag may time na talaga para matutukan ko po. Kasi I stopped after high school. Sakto rin, 2020 was the year that I was supposed to enroll for college. Tapos, ayun, dahil sa pandemya hindi na natuloy. So who knows? Maybe after my concert, magka-time na po, mag-enroll. Opo, baka hanap na ng college. Ayun.
Huling hirit na lang, anong course dapat?
Dati po gusto ko po talaga in the medical field, katulad ng magulang ko, most of my relatives, yeah. Pero ang hirap pala talaga, kailangan talaga araw-araw kang papasok sa school, you have to really be there, be present. So it's kind of hard to maintain that kind of lifestyle. So yun nga po, to become more practical with it, siguro sa business management, mga ganun po. Kasi maybe one day I want to own my own business or be part of a business, at least alam ko kung paano i-handle yung finances and maybe be my own manager as well. Hindi ko na kailangan mag-hire ng iba. So, ayun, business management po siguro.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you so much po for your question. Now, we have John Derek Ordonez for Manila Concert Junkies.
Hey, okay po.
Ayan. Hi, Darren.
Hello po.
Derek from Manila Concert Junkies. Before my question, I just want to congratulate you for your concert. And
Thank
because
you.
I myself is a Darren natic. Yeah.
Wow,
Nandun ako
thank you
nung,
po.
nandun ako nung Thanksgiving party ng January.
What?
Yes.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
and of course. So, ayan. And we've seen your growth no,
Opo.
for your 10th year anniversary. So, my first question would be, what do you think is your biggest challenge as you enter your 10th year in showbiz?
Of course, siguro one of the biggest challenges for me is what's next? Like after this, what else do I have to offer to, you know, those who have continuously watched and supported me throughout the 10 years po. Talagang, it's all about reinventing yourself at the end of the day. So, ayun po, siguro that's one of the challenges for me after my 10 years. And also, ano pa ba? Parang yun lang for now. Po.
Sige, thank you. Now, we all know naman that you grew up in Canada, your family's there. So, my next question would be, if there are opportunities for Darren to pursue career in Canada, or even in Hollywood, you might not know, di ba? Will you grab it?
Of course, kasi syempre hindi naman po tayo lahat nabibigyan ng ganun special na opportunity. You know, not everyone is given that same chance to be able to have that kind of career. So, if the time comes or if there's an opportunity, I'd certainly grab it po.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
See
po.
you on June 1.
See you. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, John Derek, for your questions. And now we have questions coming from Nika Sabio of Push, but I will be asking the questions.
Okay.
So the first question is, please tell us something about your preparation for your concert and how involved are you in the creative process building D10?
I'd say I'm a lot more involved in terms of the creative process for all of my projects recently in terms of mga single releases ko po, music videos, and now my 10th anniversary concert. And that's something that I appreciate with my team as well for the concert. We're all very collaborative, nagbabatuhan lang ng ideas. Dati parang nahihiya pa ako, syempre, coming from the Voice Kids, I didn't really know much of what I really wanted in terms of my career or creativity sa process and all that. So parang sumusunod lang ako, umuoo lang ako. Ngayon, hindi na ako natatakot na mag-no sa mga ibang ideas or parang ibahin yung direction ng parte ng show na to or in my music video, parang no, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Like I'd say I have my own voice more now. Like I'm not afraid to voice my own opinions as well. Yeah.
And I think that comes with growing up then, diba? So,
Opo.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think-
Maturing.
Yeah. Love
Adulting.
it. Adulting. Okay, Nika's next question is, what is the greatest lesson you have learned from the past decade in your career?
The greatest lesson I've learned siguro is that you don't need to be a winner to feel like a winner, you know? Kasi syempre, sa The Voice Kids, hindi naman po ako yung nanalo, pero ang dami nang nangyari sa aking buhay. There's so much stuff that's happened in terms of my career, my personal life as well, and I never expected any of this to happen. So just don't give up, really. There's always gonna be a door that's open for you. It might not be now, but when the time comes, as long as you're willing enough to take risks and improve on whatever you're trying to improve on, it's gonna happen. And yun nga, naniniwala ako na if it's meant for you, it'll happen. Yeah.
May quotable quotes ng isang Darren today.
Maraming salamat.
I love it. Guys, pwede na i-tweet yan.
As a philosopher,
Espanol 2024. Okay, so next question's coming from Glenn Sibonga of Showbiz Bonga. Hi, Glenn!
Hello po.
Hi Darren.
Hello po.
Good evening. Congratulations. Darren, I was there nung MOA Arena na May 29, 2015.
Yes, opo.
The birthday
Grabe.
concert, di ba? Oo, kung saan you made history being the youngest artist na mag-perform sa MOA. Oo, 14 years old ka pa noon. And now, 10th year mo na sa showbiz. Tapos dito ulit sa big venue ulit sa Araneta. How different yung kamusta yung feeling yung back then and now, yung kaba, yung excitement, how is it?
Ako po, walang naiba talaga sa kaba. Parang, it's always something that's there. Kahit sa mga smaller venues or events, yung parang basta kakanta ako or magpo-perform, kinakabahan po talaga ako, nakakaba talaga. And of course, this time I'm staging a concert at the Araneta Coliseum, which for me is really a big deal. There's that certain pressure po talaga, but at the end of the day, it's all about enjoying the experience, being present. Ano ba yan? May langaw.
Sumama yata sa Showtime.
Yung drone ng Showtime nakaabot dito. Ayun po. Pero yun nga, it's all about being present in the moment, enjoying the experience and of just performing at the Big Dome. And ayun nga po, excited ako kasi we've created this lineup months ago pa po. Talagang we've started preparing months ago. And I'm just lucky enough to have the venue on June 1 din, which is really something that I asked ABS for, yung parang kung sana po ma-secure talaga yung June 1 kasi yun yung mismong araw ng aking 10th anniversary. So, na-secure po siya. I'm just really happy that it's finally happening and we're down to the last 3 weeks before the show po. Yeah.
And then for my last question, Darren, just to clear the air lang, yung pwede manghingi ng statement saka reaction from you. Siyempre kasi di ba alam natin nagkaroon ng issue dun sa poster. Ano yung reaction mo doon?
Kami po ng team ko sa ABS-CBN and Star Music, we had the artist line up based on how we announced the guests. And lahat naman po ng pictures na nasa poster ko ay galing sa artists mismo, from their managements mismo. Yun nga, nagulat yung Popsters kasi unreleased picture pa ni Ate Sara yung nakagamit sa poster. So, ayun po, like, everything went under approval of everyone's management. So, no one was bothered by the poster originally and stuff like that. But we also opted to just kind of take the initiative to kind of put a different format on the poster. So,
Yung billing din
ayun
kasi
po.
ang naging issue, Darren. Yung billing. Yung
opo.
pagkakasunod ng mga pictures.
Yun po the billing for us was pre-approved nga po by everyone's management. And it was in the order that the guests were also announced. So, sa amin internally, wala talagang issue dun. Yun po. Yeah.
Magkakaroon ka ba ng collab sa kanila during the concert? May performance ka together with any of the guests?
All of them po.
talaga?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yun po. All of the guests. So, exciting. Yun yung dapat yung abangan kung anong gagawin.
Thank you, Darren. Congratulations.
Salamat po.
Thank you so much, Sir Glenn. Now we have MJ Marfori of TV5. Is MJ here? Okay, so I will be asking the questions for MJ. So, Darren, what kind of performance are you going to give the audience given the new technology that comes into play in today's concert scene? Was there any particular show that gave you inspiration and that you would want to level it up as you perform your songs for the audience?
Ito pong stage ko sa D10 is a lot different from my past concerts in terms of stage design and also the technology nga po, which was mentioned in the question. Kasi like half of my team right now isn't here kasi andun sila sa meeting with our creative directors and also sa stage managers and stuff like that in terms of technical stuff. So I'm excited kasi meron mga ilaw sa concert ko. Ano ba tawag dito? There's lights in my concert that are gonna be used for the first time in the Philippines.
Wow.
So, magugulat na lang kayo. Akala nyo parang andun lang, stagnant lang siya, tapos bigla siyang gagalaw-galaw. Like, tinatransform niya yung stage per number. So, parang hindi lang siya nandyan the whole time. So, that's what's crazy about the technology now. Kasi parang every year there's something new na iniimbento. May bagong ways to deliver visuals, to be able to stage a concert po talaga eh. So I'm really excited. So, isa yun sa mga kailangan po nilang abangan. Opo.
Oh, very exciting, especially for the 10-year anniversary. Dapat may pasabog talaga, especially
Yes.
with the lights then. So the first
Oo.
time in the Philippines.
Di tayo papahuli.
Wow,
Oo.
competitive.
Opo.
I love it. Okay, now our next questions are coming from G. Trillana. I will also be reading out their questions. So G asks, in your 10 years in the business, you've become friends with a lot of celebrities. Can you please mention 5 showbiz friends and what you have learned from them or what they have taught you? Nako,
5 showbiz friends.
in no particular order.
Oo, para ayoko naman silang tawigin. Ayoko silang, ito na naman si Bulol. Ayoko naman silang tawaging showbiz friends po eh. Kasi they've become friends in my personal life outside of showbiz. So, ayan, like first of all, si Ate Sara Geronimo, one of the people I've met early on in my career. Siyempre siya po yung naging coach ko sa The Voice Kids. She always told me to sing from the heart. And it might sound simple po talaga eh. Pero nung bata ako, kanta lang ako ng kanta, medyo walang emotion masyado. Kasi wala pa naman akong mga personal experiences. I didn't really know how to deliver that kind of emotion. But when I learned to sing from the heart, when I got older, it really made such a big difference in my performances. Tsaka napapansin din po ng ibang tao. So that's one of the tips that I've gotten from Ate Sara, sing from the heart. It can be such a simple song with such a simple message, pero as long as galing sa puso yung pagkanta mo, sabi niya, tatagos yun sa mga tao. So ayun po isa sa mga tips na natutunan ko from one of my friends in showbiz. Another one would be from Kuya Eric also. Kasi sa ASAP natin to, lalo na nung pandemic, kami-kami lang talaga yung magkakasama. There were no glam teams, bawas yung tao sa production. So kaming artists, mas may time po kami magkausap-usap since we started doing taping cycles. And then si Kuya Eric, sabi niya mag-release ka lang ng mag-release ng mga kanta kasi that's what we're here for eh. It's something that you also dreamt of doing. Now that you have the opportunity ngayon mo pa ba, alam mo yun, babawasan yung ginagawa mong mga kanta. And ako po, parang syempre yung mindset ko minsan, sana mag-hit. And later on I realized na it's not about, you know, always having a hit single. It's about what you release, the quality of the single that you are offering to the people. And malay mo, isa sa mga singles na yun mag-hit eh. Kaya I'm really inspired by my coach Ate Sara, sina Kuya Eric. They just keep on releasing singles. Like this year, ang dami na nilang na-release, which is something inspiring to myself, like the younger generation as well, to just keep on writing songs, keep on releasing songs as well. And then another tip from Mama Reg naman, was to just keep on singing. Parang weird sa pakinggan, just keep on singing. Pero totoo, yung parang minsan kasi, tinatanong niya, bakit hindi ka mag-concert? Bakit hindi ka mag-show dito sa ganito, ganyan? Yung parang, isa ka sa mga artistang dapat laging nagko-concert. Sabi ko, Mama Reg, parang nakaka-pressure naman po kung lagi akong nagko-concert. Sabi niya, hindi, napapressure ka ba dahil gusto mong mapuno lagi yung mga venue? Kailangan ba malaki lagi? Sabi niya, ako nga, pumupunta ako sa mga bars, like nagba-bar tour ako, I do smaller shows kasi gusto ko lang kumanta. Sabi niya, and that's also a way to market yourself, not just to those who want to watch shows in big venues, but also to people who are just chilling in bars. You know, that's also a way to reach that kind of audience. So that's another tip that I learned from Mama Reg. Ang dami ko talagang natutunan sa ASAP Cycles during the pandemic. And then also from Tito Martin Rivera. Ang dami nila talaga, promise. Yung si Tito Martin naman, he gave me tips on longevity. Kasi may times na parang, yun nga, we would open, my mom and I would be able to talk with him kasi si Mommy sumasama sa akin sa mga tours abroad. So minsan kapag ASAP, nakakausap namin si Tito Martin pag abroad. And then there are times where we open up na parang, I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to last in this industry. I wonder where this will take me. And sabi niya, no, just keep on doing what you do as long as it's your passion at the end of the day and you follow what your parents say, which is to always stay humble. Malayo yung mararating mo. And parang isa po yun sa mga tumatak sa akin. Kasi I keep on putting this certain pressure on myself to be able to live up to people's expectations. That was me before. And then, yun nga, sabi ni Tito Martin, like, just keep doing what you love. Hayaan mo kung anong isipin nila. Like, don't care about what other people say as long as you're enjoying what you're doing now and wala kang tinatapakang mga tao. Yun yung sabi ni Tito Martin. So, ayun. That's one of the things that's also stuck with me. And then with Tito Gary Valenciano, ang dami ko nang natutunan kay Tito Gary in terms of music, personal life, but also since parang puro personal life na yung mga iba, ito naman si Tito Gary, he's taught me so much in terms of music production. Like when I visit him at his house, kasi medyo magkalapit lang po bahay namin, we're kind of neighbors. So I get the chance to see him in his studio, in his element talaga, sobra siyang hands-on sa lahat ng ginagawa niya. In terms of music production, grabe siya mag-produce ng sarili niyang vocals, he mixes his own vocals, he creates his own music, nakaka-inspire, sobra talagang hands down. And then, I can't give certain tips on that eh, parang he just teaches me and then I observe. So, I'm grateful kasi not everyone has the opportunity to be mentored by all of these icons po talaga. So, 5 yun sa mga tips na nakuha ko from my friends in the industry. Ayun.
Yeah.
Tsaka yung, kung mga friends lang ako, no, mga icons yung binabanggit ko. It's crazy. Yun po talaga. Like, I just can't believe it.
Yeah, that's so true. Like you
Yeah.
mentioned a while ago, these are people you just looked up to, and now these are people who
Yeah.
are your friends.
Crazy.
People you can count on.
Opo.
So, crazy talaga ang life, guys. I would
Yes.
totally agree. But our next question is coming from Jan Milo Severo. I will also be asking their question. And this one might have a little bit of a spoiler, especially if you haven't seen the ending of Can't Buy Me Love just yet. But they're asking, ano ba yung reaction mo sa ending ng Can't Buy Me Love? Si Bettina ba ang hula mo?
Actually, si Bettina na yung hula ko like a month before
Wow.
the finale. Opo, talaga kasi parang walang nang bibintang kay Bettina eh. Lahat Wilson, Cindy, Gina, kay Aya Charleston, parang kay Mang Ibe, mga ganun yung parang hindi eh, masyadong obvious. Yung parang binibigay masyado ng writers namin kung sino, kung sila nga yung killer. So sabi ko, si Bettina, siya yung no one's blaming her for killing Divine eh. So parang, pag tinignan mo, talagang may ano ako eh, kakanood ko to ng mga serial killer, mga
Oo nga.
documentary sa Netflix eh. Ito nang gawa sa akin ng pandemya, yung pag-binge watch ng mga true to life scene of the crime, mga ganun. Si Bettina kasi, bata pa lang siya, may certain hatred na siya towards Divine's family and also kay Ling. Tapos, growing up, walang nasa side niya, she was never heard. At saka wala siyang backstory. Alam mo yun yung parang lahat sila napakita na yung backstory nila eh. Si Bettina wala talaga. So bakit? Mapapatanong ka bakit wala? Yung batang Irene nga meron, yung batang Caroline meron, batang Charleston meron. So bakit wala yung kay Bettina? Pinakita lang si Jana na parang laging nasa tabi ni Leong Irene, but never like anything deep. So that's when I was like, feeling ko si Bettina. Tapos, ayun, since naka-NDA kami, hindi naman mapag-usapan sa set. Na wala, alam mo yung parang, sino tingin mong hula mo? Wala, we're not allowed to talk to each other. Kapag kukunan na yung mga scenes for the finale, walang artistang iba na pwede sa set, kundi yung kukunan, glam team, anyone but the production and the director. Yun lang talaga yung pwede. So wala po kaming idea talaga. Tapos since they all shot alternative endings, lahat sila took turns na sinasaksak si Divine. Lahat kami hindi namin alam kasi parang nung last day na, parang sinaksak ko si Divine, pero hindi ko alam kung ako yung pumatay kasi sinaksak din dito si Divine. Lahat kami sinaksak si Divine, so yun. At least, dapat pala nakipag-bet ako eh. Kung sino yung killer, nanalo sana ako. Yeah.
Grabe, obvious na pinag-isipan talaga ni Dan.
Yes. Tsaka aside from Bettina being the killer, dun sa ending, nakita niyo po, si Stephen, iba na yung naging love interest. Si Jersey na. So, ayun. At least, from Irene to Caroline to Jersey, si Stephen. Oo.
What a whirlwind of emotions.
I know.
Grabe.
Yun talaga yung totoong love
Oo.
triangle.
Grabe talaga. Grabe talaga yung Can't Buy Me Love. So, sorry if you haven't seen the ending.
Oo, na-spoil ko na.
Sorry, spoiler alert. Okay,
Tapos na yung tapos na yung NDA.
pwede na.
Oo, pwede na.
Pwede na. But John Milo also asks, you have a lot of improvements na sa acting mo. Tuloy-tuloy na ba ang acting
Thank you.
career mo?
Well, if the opportunity comes, tsaka, if my schedule would allow it, depende po sa project, syempre, of course, I'd love to do more acting in the future kasi feeling ko naman na ibawi ko yung sarili ko from The House of Us dito kay Stephen Tanueco. Kasi yung The House of Us, as Johan Silva, wala talaga akong experience in acting, wala akong workshops bago lumipat ng Amsterdam. Eto kay Stephen Tanueco, medyo, nakabawi. So, nakuha ko, yun nga sabi ni Donnie, dude, be bothered if hindi mo naapektuhan yung mga viewers. But you did such a great job in portraying Stephen. And I'm proud of you kasi nainis yung tao sa'yo. Good job. Sabi ko, that means a lot. Kasi syempre coming from the lead, tsaka sinabi niya yun sa last day of taping namin. So it was something that I took home with me. Yung parang at least na-appreciate ng mismong mga leads yung nagawa ko sa show. Ayun.
That's so true. Naka-evoke ka ng mga emotions
Yeah.
from other. Kahit na
Opo.
nainis sila sa'yo.
Oh,
At least they felt
gabi-gabi.
something.
Nakikita ko sa Twitter, gabi-gabi, ang daming mga nang babash kay Stephen. Pero, sinasabi nila, nakakainis ka, Stephen. Pero Darren, ang galing mo.
Yes, that's the goal.
Opo. So, maraming salamat po.
At least may divide naman, di ba?
Yes.
Oo, they got it, they got it. Okay, our next question is coming from Jeffrey Perdon from Kapamilya Online World. I will also be asking their questions. Darren, you have achieved so much being in the industry for 10 years. Ano ba yung aspirations ng isang Darren Espanto as an artist?
Aspirations as an artist. Of course, as I said earlier,